The rut, overhyped? Or is it actually as good as people say? I've got a little different take on it, as do a lot of guys that have been around a while. And I'm going to quote Lee Lukoski. When is the best time to shoot a deer in November? Well, the best time to shoot a deer in November is in October, when they're a lot more patternable. And this all goes into my thoughts and my theories on hunting the rut time of the year. Now, don't get me wrong, deer are active. I see a lot more deer and a lot more bucks during a rut. And if the only thing that you're looking to do is shoot a legal buck during a rut, then absolutely you've got a better chance of shooting a legal deer during a rut than almost any other time of the year. That being said, hunting the rut is gambling. Now, you're going to say that, well, any other day a particular deer might or might not walk by my tree. Yeah, but let's think about it. A majority of the hunters plan a rutcation. That's right, they plan their whole vacation around the rut, which in some cases, well, a lot of cases, is a mistake if you're looking to kill a particular deer. Let's look at October versus November. In October, sure, it can be warm. Deer's testosterone isn't as high. And he's, especially in the first part of October, he's got two things in mind: sleeping and eating. Yeah, he might be getting ready for the rut a little bit, but pretty much you're going to have a deer that's on a schedule that they may show up 2, 3, 4 nights in a row at a food source. They might bed in the same general area 2, 3, 4 nights in a row. Their core area where you might find them is much smaller. And if you look at it as being blindfolded with a dartboard, you're much more likely to hit that deer on a small dartboard if you put him on it than a great big dartboard. Now, November. I do not dispute the fact that deer are more active, especially bucks, okay? I'm giving you that one. But they're much less predictable. You see, by now, the deer's been pressured somewhat in a lot of areas. They've got more than 2 things on their mind. And one of them is does. And if you've spent a lot of time chasing women around, you'll know that things become very unpredictable when that's the only thing on your mind. What does that make a deer do? Well, it makes their range grow because they're out literally chasing tail wherever it's available. Because you got to remember, it's only basically once a year for a very small period of time that they're going to get to sow their wild oats. That means that, well, bucks are not nearly as predictable. You're hoping, you're gambling. You're going to take your week off and you're going to put yourself in a rut funnel. Now, in that rut funnel, between, say, 2 doe bedding areas or between a bedding area and a feeding area, there will hopefully be multiple bucks that are going to walk through that area during the week while you're hunting, provided the wind's right. But what's really going to happen? Can you really predict with any certainty that if you're going to take off, say, 7 days to hunt, that buck is going to walk by that stand that you're hunting in 7 days? Sure, other bucks might walk through. Other bucks that you might be happy with walk through. But predicting that one buck that's not been huntable for the rest of the year is going to walk through it? I'm sorry, but your chances of shooting that buck are not very good. Now, If things are very limited, if you have fixed food sources and stuff like that, it might be a bit better. But again, there's so much odor of dough in the air at this time of the year. They're going to be wherever a hot dough is, and they're going to be looking for a hot dough. That's why they lose 20, 30, 40 pounds for a mature deer. Then you have to wonder, well, all these other guys are in the tree or in a blind. Did they get them? Where's my proof of life that I'm hunting this deer that might be already at somebody else's taxidermist? Now, don't get me wrong. I like hunting in the rut. I just don't feel that's my best chance of shooting a buck in particular that I might be hunting. Like I said, shooting any buck, very good. Shooting a particular buck, not necessarily so good. So what do you think? What's your opinion on this? Till next time, I'm Steve.